Welcome, children, to the Evil Popcorn Podcast. It is I, the Baron, hosting tonight for one of our episodes where we will be discussing one of Stephen King's greatest pieces of worldwide media. And who else do I have here?
Have Noir back again, wanting to talk about my favorite fever dream that I thought didn't actually exist in this world. I thought I just made it up in my head.
Welcome back, G. And who do I have on my screen underneath me here?
Mr. Popcorn, Baron. Now, greatest is a superlative. Sure, you can use that, but greatest what? That is the question. Greatest piece of,
Well,
that
greatest
could be,
piece of
in many ways that could be answered.
Media.
We'll go into it. We'll go into it. This is special. This is special.
Look, so people will be aware from our backgrounds, mine and Mr. Popcorn's, that we are going to be talking about a lovely little film called called Maximum Overdrive. So this was Stephen King's writing and directorial debut.
Subtitle: Cocaine is a fantastic drug.
But you can't claim it on text.
You can speculate, which is kind of clear.
Exactly. Now, I've been unkind about this film in the past on the podcasts, only because I really enjoyed the short story Trucks.
Classes.
And then when I saw the film, it wasn't what I was promised. But G, I understand this is one of your favorite films of all time.
It's not my favorite film of all time, but it held such a memory for me. Top 5 memoir. It is this best to worst film of vibe. But it's so bad, but it's so good to you because it's so bad. And it holds that place for me. Yeah, I cannot claim that as one of my best ever films or best ever Stephen King film. But I think it definitely needs to be spoken about when you talk about Stephen King.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So when did you first see this?
For me, like I said earlier, I felt like this was some strange fever dream I had. I didn't know this actually existed for many, many years after I'd actually seen it. I saw it late night sometime, thought I had just sort of made it up in my head because this could not have been real. Tried to explain this to people that this film and it had this and there was kitchen appliances coming to life and all these things were happening and there were trucks alive. People were like, I don't think that's actually real. And I'm like, maybe I made this and I questioned myself until I saw it again and I was so pleased that wasn't something that my brain should have actually made up.
Okay.
How old were you again? Sorry.
Now, Mr. Popcorn, what about you?
How old were you again? Sorry, Noir?
Gee, when you saw it.
Me, look, it would have been like early teens. Like I said, it was a late night, possibly SBS adventure, which we all sort of had when we were younger. We watched these films. We don't know the name when we watched them and we just kind of remember them forever. I was going, was that real? Or did I see that film? Or did I make that film?
Makes sense.
Interesting. Not having SBS in Kiwi land, of course, growing up, didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
It was on television. I'm not sure in what capacity. Did you have, was it Friday night horrors or Saturday or Sunday? Either one of you were old enough to, what's the classic night for horror that would have been an American thing back in the day? And that was it emulated here?
That was more of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, again.
It depended where you were.
Yeah. It was done in whatever capacity.
That's okay. Just saying, depended where you were.
Yeah. Cool. Whatever capacity in New Zealand, British or American. Sorry, after you.
After you. Look, for me, regional television in Queensland, it was generally a late Saturday night slot was your horror.
Yeah. Something got stuck in there. But it wasn't a horror night. It was just placed there because there was nowhere else to put it.
Yeah. So you'd have the Saturday night movie, which was the family thing, and then the Saturday night horror movie would be on after it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very true.
Yeah, this was a dedicated horror thing for either a Friday or Saturday night. I think it was British because I'm thinking that Sunday was for Masterpiece Theatre and such things, yeah? And New Zealand had that British practice, and that is probably where I would have seen it on television unless they randomly played this during the middle of the day. I just remember it out of all of the rest because, as G. Noir has pointed out, this is just insane. Like, how could this possibly
Yeah.
exist to begin with? And when you see it, and I was much younger, I was like 8 or 9 when this was on the television. Yeah, when I saw this. And it didn't freak me out. It just highly entertained me. I just thought it was a fantastic concept because, I was an 8 or 9-year-old boy child playing around with hot rod cars and trucks and such things. Yeah. So the idea highly appealed to me. Well, let's find out if that
Sentient trucks.
Baron felt the same as a youngin. But no, I really liked this idea, and I used to emulate it with my toys itself. This movie, this concept. That's
right.
Yeah. So, but I did enjoy it much more as a kid than I enjoyed it as an adult. I had fun watching it with a certain individual shout out, "You know who you are," which is another question for G. Noir. Do you always watch this with others? Is that where you derive your fun, bad but good funness from?
I think when we were getting ready for this, I was trying to explain this to Zam, my partner that you all know.
Shout out.
And he had not seen it. So I was like, oh well, you're gonna be in for something quite extraordinary. Right? He likes some bad, good stuff too. He gets a B grade. So this is just this. It's not something that we're going to be able to explain to you very well right now. I'll let you go through it and you can experience this with me. So exactly, like, it was great to watch him go through the journey and giggle and go, what have you put on me? What is this? In the funniest way. Like, you always find a way to find this weird shit. Like, what's going on? It was good to see it through his eyes. I've never seen it before.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Baron, what about you?
So let's do a little bit of me. Okay, I should do my bit, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
So I would have seen this originally, I'm pretty sure, on VHS. So I would have hired it out from the cinema. I don't think this played on regional TV where I was when it came out, which was Ballina in northern New South Wales. So I would have hired it on video, probably from Terry's Video on Cherry Street in Ballina, which no longer exists.
Another shout out.
Yeah, it was shut down because the owner was doing home delivery of videos and had a nice little sideline in foils of hash to go along with it.
Okay, I was wondering where the legality starts going askew with it, and there you go. Yes.
Yeah. So he was ahead of the curve with the home delivery of the video thing, but yeah, just
ahead of his time. He's ahead of his time. He would have killed it now.
100%. So I would have seen it on VHS. Probably watched it by myself to begin with. None of my family were into that sort of thing. Most of my friends at the time from school would have lived in Lismore because I was going to school in Lismore, not in Ballina.
Right.
So I had one other friend that I would watch movies with, so I probably watched it with him. So shout out to Adam from Western Australia at the moment. Probably watched it with him and probably loved it the first time I watched it because it was just that kind of bonkers, bananas, Stephen King kind of story that we expected.
Yeah.
Subsequent watches have probably reduced my score.
It would, but it's about that feeling. It's about that initial feel that you get from it, right?
Yeah,
that's where my heart lies with it.
Exactly.
You got to hold
so
on.
17 or 17 or 18-year-old Scott, would have given this a 5. He would have definitely given this an evil popcorn.
Right. That then.
No, I 100%. I was so deep into Stephen King. Like that was my thing. Like someone introduced me to Hellraiser, and I felt like I was cheating on Stephen King with other horror.
That's funny.
You can cheat with Clive.
Barker as your
cheat with
lover.
Clive. Yeah. I'd cheat with Clive any day. Jokes.
Yeah, I would cheat with Clive any day. Yeah.
Let's get a little bit of the admin out of the way.
Sorry.
So obviously
sorry, Baron. I'm feeling inquisitive. What aspects of Maximum Overdrive, as you said, an 18, 19-year-old, appealed to you? Because this is quite a masculine film. Is this kind of your Schwarzenegger, Stallone from the 80s? Did you get it is that adjacent? Because you're not a jock. For those listening, the Scott is not a jock in any
This was the sci-fi-ness of it. So it wasn't the masculineness of the sci-fi-ness of it.
Yeah. Because I liked that I was the masculinity of it at 8 or 9. I entirely admit to that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
I mean,
Emilio
look,
Estevez.
the whole,
Emilio Estevez is what I
Yeah.
knew him since then. Yeah. Lost.
Yeah. So that's
Breakfast
what I was
Club.
just going to say. Is like Emilio Estevez would have been that masculine part of it. They picked a really good lead actor.
Yeah, it's crazy. Emilio Estevez is in this,
so yeah,
children, if you don't know.
Let's get into a little bit of...
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were considering some other actors for that role, but I think he nailed what he was given.
Oh, yeah. And I don't see this as masculine. I see this as just really stereotyped characters for a reason.
Yeah.
Every character has this really distinctive, like, I'm the pizza guy. It's just over-the-top versions of what somebody is meant to be.
Yeah.
Like the sleazy guy.
No, that's fair. And we made you.
The
We
girl and
made
and the new relationship with the two, like, the
Yeah, true.
current,
True
like,
that.
they're just
True that.
over the top, versions of characters.
Yeah.
That amplify
Stereotypes. No. What's the other thing? Not stereotypes. Caricatures. So they're probably caricatures of people.
Yeah.
Those real nice Stephen King caricature characters.
Yeah, that's right. And these are just amplified so hugely in this that because they're meant to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. They're meant to be ridiculous
I mean,
characters.
trucks came to life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll throw this. I'll throw this question out there now. Was the whole cast? Was the whole set on coke?
Oh yeah.
I reckon.
If the director and writer were on coke, everyone else was as well.
That's right. Yeah. I feel like
Not as a
I was
defining
reading some
factor,
stuff about this, and
up to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can read between the lines, but this set was that dangerous that one of the cinematographers lost an eye.
Yep.
So, people weren't paying much attention to what they're doing. Therefore, I think sometimes, there could be something in the way of that.
Enough said.
To his credit, he kept filming.
He kept filming. Of course he did. He couldn't feel it.
Eyes and kept filming.
Yeah. I can see it all.
Yeah. All right. So look, folks, we're talking about Maximum Overdrive from 1986. So I would have been 15 or 16 when this came out. Directed by Stephen King, written by Stephen King. You've probably never heard of him. He hasn't directed any other films after this.
First time we've talked about him as well, Baron, as well. We haven't mentioned him barely at all.
Never brought it up ever.
So the budget of this was $9.5 million. I would say $8 million of that was cocaine. And it made $7.4 million back. Oh. So it was technically a distant loss.
And most of that was video rentals years later.
It has a 5.4 out of aggregate.
Okay.
However, the reviews of this are really polarized. It is very definitely like it's either a 10 out of 10 or it's a 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I did pick a couple of reviews. I will go from the 10 or the 5 out of 5 star down to the 1. So, all right. So this more probably fits Jean Noir's experience of this, which is I grew up watching this movie and I enjoy it more each time I see it. Yes, I agree there are some corny scenes here and there, but overall to me this is a solid 10. People estimate how good some of these actors are, and there's nothing like watching as a nostalgic movie. No need to remake either, as that would ruin the classic essence of it. So yeah.
I won't call it a 10. I'll never call it a 10, but I agree with the nostalgia side
100%.
of it.
And yeah, there 1997, there was a remake attempt called Trucks. For those people out there who are King completists and have to see it, I've seen it. It's not great, but if you're a completist, by all means, track it down.
And who wrote that, Baron? Because we spoke about that off air. Who wrote Trucks?
Oh, let me bring that up. So I kept the screen. So this was directed by a guy called Chris Thompson, and the adaptation, I always get that wrong, I'm going to keep doing that joke, of Stephen King's words was by a screenwriter called Brian Taggart. So Chris Thompson hasn't done an awful lot of horror stuff. However, for the Queensland link, he was also a director of 5 episodes of the sci-fi series shot in and around Brisbane called Time Tracks.
Okay. And
he also directed the Nicole Kidman, the Kylie Minogue film The Delinquents.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, My mum nearly ran over Kylie Minogue during that time. Tells the story all the time.
Yeah, she's only about
I
that tall.
digress, but yeah.
And the person that adapted King's screenplay, Brian Taggart, also known for Nothing After Trucks, but
Yes.
did write Omen 4: The Awakening,
Oh, okay.
and V
Ah.
and V: The Final Battle.
Oh, the
Come on,
Robert
he's got
England
some V
sci-fi.
freestyle. It
yeah.
just got some extra points for me.
Yeah. I
There's
love
more
Steve.
nostalgia out of my life, but definitely.
Oh, certainly.
that's
We
it.
should talk about
Yes.
V one day because that is Robert England.
Actually, it's not a bad
Now there is
idea.
a sequel. There is a
Yeah.
sequel. A sequel was attempted to this as well. We spoke about that off here.
Yes.
Well, it wasn't attempted. There was a script written
Yeah, it was
during
written,
lockdown,
but
during
not picked
COVID,
up
by Emilio Estevez.
by Emilio
In
Estevez.
fact,
Yeah.
there's no one picked it up. No one
Yes.
ever spoke about picking it up yet, but it spoke about AI and that whole situation that instead of sentient machines, there would be more AI awareness, which makes a lot of sense. You know, AI is coming
I think you can confidently,
poignant, so,
yeah,
yeah,
I think you can
that would work.
confidently say yet because AI, you know, those films are very popular. Look at Megan,
Yeah.
you know, etc. et al.
Yeah, exactly.
And Stephen King adaptations, well, they never get done. Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, no, that's it.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, it could happen. Yeah.
So Emilio, we're ready. Keep
All
pitching,
right.
keep pitching.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the 1-star review has a wonderful title to it. It has a wonderful little blurb ahead of it, which I really like. And the title this person put on their 1-star review was, "As far as cheese is concerned, maximum overdose."
But you can't have too much cheese.
Yeah. So he has written here, and it sounds like it's a dude, definitely a dude. When Stephen King first set out to make this movie, he was upfront about wanting to make a schlock film. Boy, did he succeed. I was on the fence about whether or not to give this a great rating or a terrible one, because this has got to be right up there with Plan 9 from Outer Space as one of the worst films ever made. But my God, is it a good time. As long as you don't take it too seriously. I mean, in the world of Overdrive, people's bodies seem to pop like grapes when trucks hit them. So how seriously can you take that? And there are some other great moments of cheesy stupidity that will have viewers barking with appalled laughter.
See, for one rating, this sounds like a really great review.
Right?
That's really great.
No, it's very well
Like the
written review.
film, if you're that kind of person that's inclined to watch a B grade film, that would make me watch.
Yeah, and he is correct.
So yeah, whoever wrote that, they're
This film deserves a 1 and a 5 at the same time.
correct.
They're
That's
completely
correct.
correct
This
with
is where I
this.
live.
Yeah.
This is where I live.
Yeah, So that's
The
a
paradox.
dichotomy.
Yeah.
That's a dichotomy I've got for later when I get to my score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've got a
That's a
story.
potential list as
Yeah.
well. It's a potential list as well. Because then we could
Yeah.
speak on finally about such things like critters and ghoulies, because one of those is on my list and
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them isn't.
Oh, we've had this conversation. Oh my god.
We've never had it on the mic, though.
I
We've
know
never
where
had
I
it on
stand.
the mic, which would
Oh
be
no,
fun.
we haven't. No, we'll
No,
keep it
yeah,
there.
yeah,
We'll
yeah,
keep
yeah,
it
yeah.
there. Oh,
Okay,
my
yeah.
secret.
So I did pick a couple of pieces of trivia out. So when he was asked why Stephen King hasn't directed another movie, he responded, "Just watch Maximum Overdrive."
Good. That's, respect.
And then it went on from there. Yeah.
It's been long rumored that George Romero may have ghost directed a large portion of the film while Steve was drying out from cocaine.
Thank you, George.
I could believe that.
Yeah, and the Dixie Boy truck stop set was so well built for the production that several truckers a day tried to stop there. Eventually, they had to put up a sign either side of the place on the freeway saying, "This is a movie set. We have no fuel."
No fuel, which is so
Okay.
remnant to the
cool.
whole concept of the film, isn't it? It's like we don't have fuel here, but we do. We're talking about fuel here. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So they built such a good petrol station
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
people tried to stop there to fuel up, which
That's
is
it.
great.
It is good.
Any trucker would wanna go
The
there.
diner's good as
No, no.
well. The production design,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah,
right.
for such a haphazard, relatively low budget film, yeah, I will give it that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I will just go through the cast that have got some horror links. Now, I will mention Emilio Estevez. He hasn't done a horror since this, so he doesn't really have any horror links. This is the only real horror that he's done. Pat Hingle, who played a character called Bubba in this was in the Shining TV miniseries and in the TV series American Gothic. I will give a shout out to Laura Harrington, who was in this. She was in the movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Buckaroo Banzai: Adventures Across the Eighth Dimension. Yardley Smith, who is the voice of Lisa Simpson in The Simpsons, was also in Tales from the Dark Side.
How do we feel about her voice in this movie?
It's really grating.
It's her voice, sir. That's who she is.
Yeah, I know.
Always been her there.
It's great.
Her character, Ted, like she was like that in that. She is that. That's who.
But they were caricaturing. They were caricaturing hard with her, though. Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
She does sound very familiar to that in general.
So we have Frankie Faison, who was in Cirque du Freak, in another Stephen King product we've spoken about that I will not watch, called The Langoliers. He was in Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
I've heard of that. I've heard a lot about that. Have you seen that, Noir? Chud?
I think I have, but I don't have a.
It's one of those vaulted B grade films.
Feel like the font was really block letters with big
for the basket case street trash crowd. I think Chud is placed in.
It was that time, he was also in Cat People with Natasha Kinski.
I like that film.
Most people will know him as Barney from the Hannibal Lecter film. So he was in both versions of the start. So he was in the original Manhunter with Mr. Cox as Hannibal Lecter, and then he was also in Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Red Dragon. So he was in both versions of the Red Dragon story.
Right.
So he played Barney, the guard or the orderly in those films, which is kind of cool. Leon Rippey played a character called Brad. He was in a Stephen King thing called Under the Dome. He was also in Eight-Legged Freaks, King Kong Lives, and Firestarter.
I love Eight-Legged.
J.C. Quinn was in Abyss and Chud. Barry Bell was in American Gothic and Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat was the one
very different than each other.
The record, the heavy metal one. Yeah.
One's heavy metal, one's an anthology.
J. Don Ferguson was in I Know What You Did Last Summer and The Return of the Swamp Thing, which was the first DC Comics horror product. Well, Swamp Thing was the first one, but it was the sequel. Stephen King was in there as ATM Man. We know all of his horror links.
Is it like, this machine just called me an
asshole? But Giancarlo Esposito was in this as video player, and he's from Gen V, Maxine, Abigail, The Hunger. The scariest film I've ever seen, which is The Changeling. But most people will know him from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. But the biggest horror in this, the greatest horror in this was Marla Maples as second woman, and she was married to Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, that is the most horrific thing that's ever happened. I didn't know that. Oh yeah.
What's her name again? What's the character's name?
Marla Maples as second woman.
Second woman. So Korean.
Gotta print this bitch up. All right.
She's a great actress. She had to sleep with Donald Trump. That's some good acting.
She has a total of 20 credits, and this is the first of them.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Most of her credits are as Marla Maples.
Yeah, look at her.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, ew.
You'd marry Trump. I'm going to bring her up.
You're going on the list, lady. No.
Look at her.
I got nothing.
What did you do there?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh,
there we go. Look at her. She would absolutely.
He has a type.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
So yes, look, that's the cast. I will say though, there are two people from this movie in one of my favorite B movies of all time. So Patrick Miller, who plays Joey, and where'd he go? Leon Rippey were both in a film that I love called Trax, Traxx. And the premise of that film is it's a mercenary for hire decides that he's done with the mercenary life and he wants to go to a small town somewhere and open a cookie shop.
Oh, sounds completely plausible.
He gets to the little town and discovers that there is a big, massive octopus with tentacles of crime throughout the whole town. So he has to clean up the town first before he can open up his cookie shop.
There is a lot of this in film though too, in general, isn't there? And I just want to get clear, and then it's like, I have to take care of the people.
Since The Godfather, really.
Yeah.
Godfather 3 is. I thought it was out there.
Isn't that a bit like that? Desperado.
Desperado. Yeah.
Love those. Come back. They keep dragging me back in. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a literal octopus for a moment, and I was what is this movie?
The octopus of crime.
Just get a cigar hangover smell.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
But after watching this movie, though, Maximum Overdrive, anything's possible.
True. Very
Just,
true.
yeah. It's an open door to
I can't have
possibility and
it.
imagination. Yeah.
Now, I will go first with my review, with
Okay.
my score. So I have a double score. I have a filmic score and I have a Stephen King movie score.
Okay. I can do it that way too. Let's do
So
it.
Sure.
filmic, it's a 1.5.
Yeah.
It would have been a 1 until I found out that they made the set so good trucks were actually stopping at it. Now, as a Stephen King movie, as an adaptation of a Stephen King product, knowing that he wrote it and directed it and was on a massive amount of cocaine throughout, the fact that this even got finished and came out pushes it up to a 3.75.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid score. Yeah.
That's not crazy because I have seen worse than this. There is worse than this by people completely sober. You know what I mean?
Like
and
Baron,
full of intent, full of good intent. Yeah.
And look behind you, Baron, the piece that you have there, you know, that was found in some scrapyard many years later. I mean, looking like that, you can tell by the quality of that all those years later, and it's been brought back now. Somebody has redone it, given it some
this
love.
behind me here,
You know.
so this was found, as Noir says, in a scrapyard, and a video shop owner found it and bought it off the guy and put it up in his video store, and it was there for many years.
That's cool. That's fun.
So that shows some love. So this film has people that love. Like Noir loves the film. I'd probably love it as well.
Yeah,
like,
I've been watching a whole video about a dude that again has brought that past then and has replaced it onto a truck and gone with the whole vibe and gone through the whole. Yeah, he must be another lover of this film. You know, I was looking up the Jack in a Box thing that had in there as well inside of the cabin. Like the people that are actually making versions of those, and I'm like,
oh really?
No, yeah. Like so, there is this huge big love for the.
It's a cult. It's become a cult classic.
There is a cult.
Would we say?
Yeah,
I would.
Is it a cult classic?
Yeah, it's a cult following. I mean, does that make it a cult classic because it's a cult following?
I don't know. That is a question.
I don't know that I'd call it a classic, but I would definitely say it's good. Definitely, it's cultish.
It could get there because this reappraisal, or like it's not revisionist. It is more of a reappraisal of it, like going back. It's not to the Trick or Treat level with Sam, which is a cult classic and has a huge cult following. I mean, the merchandise of that is crazy every Halloween. It's not to that level, but it could get there. Because the newfound reappraised love that it has is recent. Would you agree?
Yeah.
It's only kind of been happening over the past 5 years for this film, I'd say.
And I think it might be only a matter of time in some sense that people over merchandise this idea. I mean, it's an iconic piece, the Goblin. I mean, he is definitely a salesable looking item, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like, still
have a fridge magnet of that today, you know.
Co-opted like crazy, but what are you going to do?
You do.
Sorry, Green Goblin.
Let's get on it.
That's Marvel, wasn't it, Baron? Green Goblin? Excuse my ignorance.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They're fine.
So what about you, Gina? What's your score?
Hold on. Shall I go? Do you want to go last, Gina? Because you'll probably have the most positive.
I'll go.
No, drum roll.
But just to carry on with the whole cult following, the new love that this film has found, I think does harken back to like watching it, when you were younger, whatever, respective age, that it does spark something in your imagination. That face, the trucks are coming alive. You always want to look back at horror. What were you afraid of? What were you anxious of? There was a big time, a big industry, lots of that type of technology, if you remember, was in our lives and caused, whatever anxiety at that time. There's the whole space thing in this.
The ridiculous part that this plot is that those trucks are sentient. They are not like just trucks. They are sentient beings created by aliens. They are being brought alive by aliens that are trying to get rid of the humans. Come on,
And it's also interesting that the Baron did mention Romero because that's basically the setup for Night of the Living Dead. They're zombies, not trucks.
Yeah.
Which is very curious.
Yeah.
But when you were watching that when you are young, and you've got a forming imagination and you see sentient trucks by your charismatic leader with that spearhead face, there's some point being there's something to that. And even in a crazed, drug-addled state, and I mean, like we've spoken about this on the Stephen King specials. Check them out there, children, if you haven't already. Even when he was taking everything where cocaine was just the starter, he was still able to produce great books. You know what I mean? And he was already working on movie adaptations at that time, etc., etc.
Oh, come on. Look at Hemingway. He drank way too much. Like, it's definitely a thing of authors throughout history.
So there is that to it. There is that to it, which does make this film a worthwhile piece of media, like in, you know, in the culture, in history. It's definitely a film you should watch at selected times with selected people. You should definitely be in the mood for this. Because I was watching it again whilst working, and it's not entertaining. And it just makes you go, a little bit more, you know, sort of thing. You've got to be receptive to it when you sit down to it, but you will have a good time. It's a 2 in terms of filmic stuff, because there is, enough effort was put in, enough, like the diner was well executed, because otherwise it would be in the 1 territory. So it's a 2 for me in that sense. But for a Stephen King thing, I'm going to give it a 3. I give it a 3 because there's much other, I mean, like I'm talking about all the other Stephen King adaptations, you know, and where does this land within that? I don't think about that. But a 3 is a pass. This definitely gets a pass for all said and told. This thing actually exists and is still talked about to this day, obviously.
It actually exists.
Yeah. But please, Noir, because this was for you, absolutely. Maximum Overdrive. But sorry, please praise it accordingly.
I was going great. I think because, like I said, coming from that nostalgia, there's certain elements of this that when that electric knife was, came to life, that was just so embedded in my brain for so many years. I couldn't place where that scene had come from until, again, with this, I'd seen it. So when it all came back together again, I was like, oh, wow. So there's this huge nostalgia. It's a lot of, this is a memory that I had that I couldn't piece together for so long, and here it is, and it's real. So yeah, cinematographically, as I was saying, I thought it had some really awesome kills, some cool stuff, even effect size. I think some great stuff. So I'm gonna go like you. I'll go 2.5 there, because I've got to give it love.
That's a pass. That is a pass. That's a C at 50%.
Yeah. But Stephen King was, again, because he gave me such a nostalgia with this, and he lives in my head rent free with this film, he gets a
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Because it deserves love. It deserves love. It is fun. It is a fun time overall.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm glad this movie exists. It's like wrestling. It's a movie like in the 80s. You could watch this a double feature with a WrestleMania right after.
Yeah. That's right. There've been crazier plots than that.
I mean, like they lost an eye on the set, you were saying, you know? These the standards were such as they
Cinematographer, which
are.
they kind of need one of those.
That's hilarious. It was the cinematographer.
Yeah. No, it was literally his shooting eye, and then he to finish the scene, he just switched eyes.
Oh, wow.
So it's the scene in which the kid's being chased by the lawnmower. And some wood got stuck on the blade, and when it lifted up, the wood flew off and hit him in the eye.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder if you could see the moment where everything changed. Perception.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's worth a rewatch for that. And to parallel that to wrestling, like, did you ever hear about a wrestler called Vader lost an eye during a live wrestling match? Like, or he popped out, was hanging out of his socket, then he throws it back in and continues wrestling just like the cinematographer did. This movie is very indicative of the spirit. That's the spirit of the 80s, which this movie definitely exists in.
This is why we're Gen Xers,
Cocaine is an amazing drug.
Raised on
So I've heard.
Yeah.
So we've come down at just over the worldwide average. So we're sitting at around a 3 between all of us, taking into account filmic and Stephen King.
Yeah.
So we've come in at just around a 3, which is good. That's great.
One thing not to forget, you were talking about sentience just quickly there of the trucks and the way they seem to commune with each other, like the way they were staged as a threat, almost intelligent threat.
Yeah.
They actually pulled that off. That takes a bit of thought and composition and such. Yeah. So
something
this
that
wasn't
doesn't have that ability to communicate, to be able to communicate in that way. I find you right.
This wasn't all just complete bumbling, foolishness from beginning to end. It's
Yeah.
just the caricatures and the choices of certain editing choices and like certain shots to emphasize. Now you're going to play the music. There's a lot of that.
Some acting monologues that were just completely over the top.
Yeah.
We made you. We made you.
Say, do we have favorite kills?
Oh,
Yeah, for this, I'll start. I've got the lone rifle, the railway trolley thing that just comes down the street slowly, parks in front of the diner, and does the spray, does the drive-by after, and it gets the horrible boss. Yeah. If you remember the horrible, what's the one from SpongeBob SquarePants, the Mr. Krabby, the Mr. Krabby of the diner.
Yeah.
To do with the arsenal of weapons. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that guy. Baron, your favorite kill?
Oh, look, it's got to be the guy getting hit by the truck and turning into a blood-filled water balloon.
That was good. Yeah, that was good at the start. Definitely.
Yeah.
At 2, dude getting down by the Coke machine, hands of killer Coke, and the dog getting killed by the police car toy.
Yeah.
The dog eating the toy getting him. Like, I don't like to see animals. I clearly always hope that was going like, oh man,
it's
the animal got it.
It's staged as a model, as a doll of a dog with soft toy. There's nothing. It's just the randomness of it, and that's
kill as such.
Yeah, of course.
The idea of a kill. Yeah.
But the randomness, and the randomness.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
To the point it's placed.
What?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh man, that's not.
Yeah, why the dog? Why the dog?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, why dog? No other animals ever in it. And I like that really sucks.
And this movie is fucking random. Like the boy, our little lost wanderer, and I believe it was one of the gas attendants' boy. It was his son.
It was, yeah.
But that wasn't established too much later. After a good 20 minutes of this boy just like in an art film, silently observing the apocalypse around him, like it's a European art film.
I think it kept saying, "I got to get back to my boy," but we didn't really realize that was the boy.
It's just because that basic plot establishment was
the kid was getting
45 minutes later than it usually is.
Now, there is an interesting little thing I've just spotted. Joe Hill in 2020 has expressed an interest in writing and directing a remake with some alterations to the original material.
No, I'm down for that. That's Black Phone. Yeah, that's Black Phone. Yeah. If anyone, I would give it to him.
Horns.
Yeah.
Horns. No, he could do something. And because I would lean into the AI thing for it.
I'd like to go in that sequel way with the AI, because this is more like third industrial revolution vibe, right? We've got the machines, where we want to go past industrial revolution vibes. We want to go to this technical age.
Post-capitalism digital society, which we are in. We just don't feel full frontal effects because we're way down here under. But go look at the Chinese smart city Shenzhou. I think that's anywhere near you pronounce it, where photos are taken of you every 10 seconds, and you can pay for everything with your palm. And that houses 70 million people. That's where you should go. But make it dark. Or make a whole number of the beach vibe. And then make a Black Phone dark. I reckon make a serious remake. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it would have
100%.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, have we frozen?
Oh,
nice. No, I'm here.
Good.
He's alive.
What have people been watching?
Baron, begin if you can.
I'll go first. So I watched Becky and the Wrath of Becky.
Aren't they?
Weekend. They are freaking amazing.
Yeah. How fucking fun is that shit? Yeah.
Oh, look. And like the characters they've got in the background are all really good. The swastika on the back of his head, like that's
Kevin James as a neo-Nazi skinhead leader, and he's intimidating. Noir, he is intimidating.
Loses the eye as well, and he cuts it off on the table on a cutting board. Ooh, amazing. And then the second one, Wrath of Becky, like Sean William Scott turns to one of his offsiders and goes, "Find the girl and give her back her fucking dog." Amazing.
Full context. Becky is 16, then 18, isn't it the age progression? And not to spoil, but Katie Seagal appears, wife of Mike Flanagan, Hush, Midnight Mass, etc., Fall of the House of Usher, the corporate evil one in that. She's in the second one, and she has expressed wanting to push this franchise as far as possible, certainly beginning with making a third one.
Yep.
Hence what
is it
happens at the end of part 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Is this on a stream?
It's a little difficult to find. I may have paid for on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think I did it.
Getting
I
it for
did as
free is a little
well.
tricky.
Let me
But
see.
so good. So good.
Netflix. It may be difficult to find.
And for a horror podcast, very applicable because the kill
Yes.
scene, gory AF. Gory AF.
The kill in the first one.
John Wick ain't got nothing on Becky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
The kill in the first one with the
outboard.
outboard motor. The outboard motor in the first one. Ooh.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
okay. Yeah, I'm down.
And it's feasible. For those out there, children thinking, what is 16-year-olds beating up skinheads? Yes, she is. Just watch.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Sorry,
Becky
no, didn't
is
mean to jump
available
on there.
on Prime Video, which is, if you've got Prime Video, you've got access to it. It's on YouTube to rent or buy, and it's on Apple TV if you're paying for that.
Yeah, right. So for me, yeah.
Okay, we'll speak after.
So yes. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't seen them, give them a go. They're really good. Also, Cold Storage. I went and saw Cold Storage at the cinema.
I want to see
Very
that.
good.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
I'll post your reaction.
I'm
up very
hoping that was
soon,
going
just
to be good.
Staggering
you
a
know?
little.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. It looked fun. It's meant to be fun. Yes. Yeah.
And look, Liam Neeson in a sci-fi horror, and Joe Keery from Stranger Things. Yeah, really good.
It was either going to be really good or really friggin' terrible. So I was happy that it's good.
Yeah. It's a little bit Tremors. It's a little bit Andromeda Strain. It's a little bit Outbreak with a bit of evolution thrown in.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's really, that makes me want that more.
Okay.
So that kind of feel to that. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I started watching Crackhead, which is an Australian production. To know much about it. It's not really a horror. It's about a
No, but
girl
crack is horrific. So no, please.
Yeah. She messes up. She accidentally kills someone. She has to go and do rehab, and it's all her time in rehab. I've only watched the first couple of episodes, but some really full-on stuff was happening in that. It's kind of like a Orange is the New Black, but in rehab kind of vibe.
Oh,
yeah.
And how much is the focus on the crack use?
Well, they call her crackhead, but it's more like she's a drug user. She's done all, and she has an addictive personality, and she wants drugs. Not exactly crack as in crack, but crackhead is just the word that you're,
okay. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah. Okay. No, it sounds good.
Yeah.
And I only ask because the idea of doing like a proper gritty, like almost extreme drama TV series based on the crack epidemic that we face here in Australia would be something really worthwhile as well.
And that feel of cheap rehabilitation center is real. It's got that whole
okay.
And they don't fluff it up, and they keep it real. They keep it raw.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, nice. I like it. Thank you.
What about you, Mr. Popcorn? What have you been watching?
I've been watching a lot, and a couple of things are things we should probably mention on the pod in general. Because after Maximum Drive, I've got Scream 7 here. Noir, have you seen it?
Not yet.
Not yet. You've seen it there, Baron?
I have.
Do you mind, Noir, if we talk about it just quickly without spoiling?
I mean, come on, I Scream. I don't think it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. No, I'm not emotionally invested either.
I'm not. Yeah,
but
I mean, I love to, but it's like, somebody did it. Somebody that knew them. Somebody no.
Yeah, exactly. But
what's you?
Number 7, it came out. It's and there's a lot of let's just say fuckery with it. All that aside, because it looked like, what is the history? Will this actually be made? At one point, because of all the controversy that was going on. And it is an iconic franchise, of course. It's fucking Scream. And so 7 got made, and they brought back Courtney Cox and Neve, however you want to say your name, Campbell, the OG stars. And before I say there, Baron, what did you think?
Look, I quite enjoyed it as a slasher. I liked the nods to what has gone before. It felt like a slasher. It felt like a Scream movie. I get that there were issues with the production. I think that there are people out there being significantly negative about it with less information than they probably should have.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen maybe some more of the stars from Scream 6 come back, but I get why they didn't. It's fine. Yeah. Look, I enjoyed it as a Scream film. I liked the kills. I liked the additions to the world. I liked the way they brought Matthew Lillard's character back in a reasonably justifiable way, given modern technology and that sort of thing. Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, no, I had a good time as well there, Noir. Definitely issues.
Look, I
Definitely
think that's these
issues.
are for though, right? I think that's what Scream are for. They're just having a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And everyone's got very invested in Ghostface at this point, and they're like,
Very invested.
I get it.
Very invested.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is, like, I enjoyed the more traditional approach. Like, it's more straight up slasher than 5 or 6, certainly. It is not meta-narrative laden. It is not riddled with Easter eggs. Yes, I have become a bit fatigued of such things in horror. I kind of missing a straightforward beginning, middle, end plot. Hey, I'm old. I don't know, whatever. But this one did harken back to a more traditional style.
It did.
Yeah. But, okay, the Matthew Lillard thing aside, because given the age of Lillard and like the time in the franchise that his characters appeared, i.e. the very fucking beginning, I get how that was utilized. But the reveal itself at the end is probably the worst Scream's ever done. Yeah. Didn't like that at all. That was quite lazy.
You are right. It was lazy.
Yeah, I thought it was very
Knowing
lazy.
nothing, I would love somebody from all the way to the beginning and to become the killer in this one. You know, come all the way back and wrap it all up. But
none of them. Michael, Freddie,
yeah,
Chucky. No, not even Chucky. Not even Chucky's been able to do that.
Yeah.
True. But I get you. I feel you. Okay, that's Scream. Interview with the Vampire. Yeah, the Vampire. The stats coming, and I've started watching season 2 of Interview with the Vampire, and it's good. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets a little bit soppy at times, but the dark, when it goes to the minor keys on the piano there, it's like, yeah, want more of that. Yeah. So if you've ever kind of been a bit hesitant as I have with it, no, stay with it. It's worth it.
In the end, these kind of things are about a bit of romance as well. We've got people that are going to have relationships way longer than we could even perceive.
That is the source material.
Who are they going to be together? You know, so they're incomprehensible to the idea of the mortal of how these relationships would play out for them in the hundreds of years.
It's cool.
So there's going to be a bit of happiness there, you know.
But there's going to be the dark side of romance as well, of relationships that can go on for an eternity, and like there is love, but the flip side of that is cruelty, and the cruelty that is displayed is quite exquisite in the show as well, very vampiric. So that does come through.
The humanity.
Noir, have you seen The Bride?
Not yet.
Okay, we'll hold off on that. We'll hold off on that. If you really want
because I don't
know,
want any spoilers.
Yeah, if you really want to know what I felt just in general, there's no spoilers on the review. Go have a look at my letterbox at Jean Banyard 33. Have you guys seen Suck? Noir, have you seen Suck, the vampire emo 2000s?
That's the old school film. I have this.
Malcolm McDowell, and there's a
got
Canadian.
Alice Cooper in it.
Yeah, Alice Cooper, Iggy, Henry Rollins, Joan Jett.
It's a very old school classic vampire film. Not good, but not terrible.
No, but it's really fun, and if you're a fan of
really
that
went
era
under the
and
radar when it
such.
came to vampire films, because at the time there was a lot, and it sort of fell to the wayside at the time. So I'm happy it's getting a bit of love now.
Yeah, no, definitely check it out. I had a really good time. I mean, it's cheesy, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, sure.
But it's quite a delicious cheese, and everyone knows it. Everyone's fully aware of the type of thing that they're doing. Yeah, no, it's really good.
Now I have a whole DVD collection just dedicated to vampire films, and have to be good or bad, they're just vampire.
We have the same.
Yeah.
I have a special drawer full of DVDs. It is all vampire films.
Vampires. Yeah, vampires.
So is vampire your favorite cinematic monster? We actually haven't asked you, because it is mine.
For me, vampire.
Okay.
You know,
Brilliant. So pretty that's one across the board so far has been the best. Another popular piece of folklore and media at this time is Videodrome. I watched that. That's a great piece of work.
Had you not seen it before?
Not for a long
this
time.
Is time.
Not for a long time. It was back in the day where the medicinal wasn't medicinal. So it was a very fragmented,
This is the one that you should be watching it with any kind of medicinal. No. It's up there with Naked Lunch. You're like,
Yeah, it really is. Like,
Yeah.
yes, in terms of the production design, the set pieces, the
Yeah.
weirdness, the high strangeness of it
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing. And you'll see Deborah Harry like you've never seen her before.
Yeah.
She's incredible in this film.
Oh, it's a classic. I love it. Yeah, it's
Did you
another
see the
favorite.
documentary they did in 2003 or 2004?
No.
So there's a documentary, I think it's called
Yeah.
Videodrome something flesh.
All hail
And
the
like
next
David
guy.
Cronenberg's in it and Rick Baker, James Woods is in it.
Okay, I'll check it out.
No Debbie Harry.
Yeah.
But it's it's a special effects documentary on the film.
Cool. And I want to go through, that's Cronenberg, if you don't know their children, David Cronenberg. Definitely check him out. I'm going to go back and watch The Brood now.
Just watch anything Cronenberg. Just in general.
Yeah.
Brood was so good.
Yeah. Just anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
And then me and Cass are going to watch The Fly for a date night movie.
Oh, no. Make some body horror together.
Perfect. We can
The
both...
original or the
Oh, no, the Goldblum. The Goldblum. Yes.
Yeah.
We're both fans of the Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original is like definitely worth it to watch though.
I must watch it. I've never seen the Vincent Price original. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little face on the dude while he's in the web.
And Friday the 13th, we got our second one. We got it in March. So I watched Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake, Jason the Survivalist, the boobs, the silicone expose.
Film.
Pretty much, if you like House of Wax with Paris Hilton, this one's for you.
Oh.
This one's for you. It's Michael Bay produced, and it just has his stank all over it. Intimate conversation, zoom in, wide lens. Like, what are you doing? The fuck are you doing? But it's fun. It is like Maximum Overdrive. It is just that big and dumb and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of that. Yeah, that's all. That's enough.
Any plugs? Any plugs, people?
Actually, before that, I mean, come on, we have to mention the Oscars. Like, how was?
Thank you. Fuck, almost forgot. Thank you, Julia. Yeah, that was on the list.
Horror time. That was just the best. Like even the intro with
finally,
Conan with the whole weapons. I thought that was like so funny and like so fascinating. It's like you put too much makeup on me.
Okay, I haven't watched the ceremony. What other? There's a Sinners. There's a Sinners.
Yeah, and you have to watch it. It's on 7+ now. You can watch. You can still. watch it.
It should be on YouTube. I'll watch the horror.
From the beginning to there's horror nods, right? So from the beginning, like I said, Conan is dressed up. Like
it's the horror Oscars.
Wow. Yeah,
and obviously he turned up with with his fangs in as well.
And then there's a whole Sinners the scene of the Sinners with all the different people from all different times.
Mm-hmm.
So there were 8
played out live on it.
You got the list there, Baron?
I've got the list. So there were 8 horror wins this year in the Oscars. So Sinners got 4 wins for Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, Best Original Score, and Best Cinematography.
And that's Michael B. Jordan for the actor, of course.
So Michael B. Jordan for Best Actor, Ryan Coogler for Best Original Screenplay, Ludwig Göransson for Best Original Score, and Autumn Durald Arkapour for the cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
3 wins.
She's the first female to ever shoot on IMAX and to ever win an award at the Oscars. Yeah,
interesting.
In history as well. That's worth mentioning. Yeah.
Frankenstein got 3 wins. This is Del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Best production design, best costume design, and best hair and makeup.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
And the 8th win was for Weapons. So Weapons got best supporting actress in Amy Madigan.
Yes.
Gladys.
I mean, she's a character. Come on.
Yeah.
Gladys is like, and I'm so happy that it was recognized, that character. And we all know that horror usually gets snubbed, even if it is a great character, if they do an Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah, and this is a female character that fucking weird as well, which is really good as well. Yeah.
So the only time a horror, in inverted commas, has won more than Sinners was Silence of the Lamb in 91.
Yeah.
It got Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay.
So they did get Best Picture. So, because one battle after another got Best Picture.
Yeah.
So they gave it to Leo and Timmy. Oh, Timmy. Not a side, not a scary, not a ping pong ball in sight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But sometimes we could think that Silence of the Lambs can go more into thriller, where it is horror. There's horror elements, but this is true horror, like a vampire.
Oh, 100%.
A vampire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like something that is a horror.
But
No.
it's a great start. This is a great start.
yeah.
This was a great year for recognition, finally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think after, not Patricia Arquette, Toni Collette was snubbed it for Hereditary. I think
Yeah.
that was the start of like, hey, what are we up to? What are we doing?
Yeah, and The
This is
Substance
ridiculous.
last year as well.
Yeah, The Substance as well, you know. So,
but yeah.
yeah, so good. So this is better. This is
Yeah.
better. We need Best Picture next. Yeah,
That would be
that's what we
good.
want out there.
Yeah.
Best Picture. Towards those lines as well, watch The Bone Temple on
Yes.
Netflix at the end of this month.
It is.
Let's boost it up through the streaming
Yeah,
numbers. What it
true.
failed to do at the box
Very
office, based on fuckery.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Still my number one for the year. Still my number one for the year.
Yeah.
It's
I
yet to
think
be
mine's
bested.
going to be The Long Walk so far.
Haven't seen that
For
yet.
this year?
And was that last year?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
last
but-
year, bro. Yeah.
Oh,
totally.
wow.
Yeah, you're right.
This year's going so quick already.
It
Like,
all
we're
blurs
nearly
together.
halfway
All
through
blurs together.
March.
Yeah, totally.
So then plugs. What have we got? What have we got, folks?
Gina, why did you want to go?
But yeah, I just did a music video with Kill Pill and
Cool.
A Delicate Murder. So shout out to Eva and Bud Beckett. And it was good working with Chris Sun again. So it'll be great to show you guys that when it's all out and edited and ready
Looking
to go.
forward to
So,
it.
We'll post
yeah,
it up.
follow them
Absolutely.
on Spotify and those things.
Nice. Evil
Miss
Corp,
Corp.
Evil Corp, Escape Manor. That's all for now. I'll tell you when there's something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Soxy has asked us to shout out that she's
that's right. She's
currently working on a film called Savage Island in
nearly
West.
forgot that. Thank you. Yes.
So good. I'm on top of it.
That's why she's not here
Okay,
today
cool.
because she
Thank you, people.
So that'll be interesting to see when it comes out. So my plug.
Watch
sorry.
We Bury. What was it called? We Bury the Dead.
We Bury the Dead.
She can be
Soxy's that.
seen in that
Yep.
film. Yeah.
Yep.
Shot in Australian production with Ray from Star Wars.
Yes, technically it's supposed to be set in Tasmania, but it was filmed in Western Australia.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So my plugs, I'll always plug Improv Queensland and IFWG Publishing. I will plug Act React. We are about to start our run in Queensland for the Brisbane Comedy Festival of Speed, the movie, the play. So that'll be a lot of fun. The bus went in today, so that'll
Okay.
date us to where we are. And I'm going to be spending this weekend building props and doing rehearsals. So yes,
Like something I want to see. Speed, the movie, the play.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be.
So yeah, if any of the children want to come along, it is on the bus in the forecourt of the Powerhouse Theatre.
Theatre. Okay. Yeah, that sounds nice.
All right, well that's me.
Well, this will be out it should be out in time. Is it next weekend as well? So is Monster Fest just this weekend?
I was
I
going
think
to
it's
say
just this
Monster
weekend.
Fest, that'll
Yeah.
be, yeah. I
No,
think
it won't be.
I think,
Shout out Monster Fest. Thank you
Yeah.
for
That'll be
continuing to
Monster
come
Fest
to
anyway.
Brisbane with cool films.
yeah.
And I want to see Dolly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks really good.
That looks crazy. That's all.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Follow us at Evil Popcorn Pod on all of the socials where you can find us. But look, go to bed, children. Go to bed.
Whoa,